Welcome to Student Spotlight, where each month we'll be spotlighting a different graduate student from the English department at Oklahoma State. My name is Sean Kulikin, the English grad student coordinator, and I'll be your host. And today I'm very excited to meet with our guest who graduated from the creative writing program, Grant Currier. Grant, welcome to the show.
Great to be here, Sean. Thanks for having me.
And let me add that Grant is zooming in from Hungary, which is 9 hours away, my time. So Grant, the way this thing works is I ask you 5 questions and you give us 5 answers. Sound good?
Sounds great.
Awesome. So, Grant, question number 1. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you worked on here at OSU?
So yeah, like Sean said, I'm Grant William Currier. I am a first generation college student, and I applied to Oklahoma State University's PhD in English program and started back in 2018. I was focusing on creative writing in fiction and literature, and wound up focusing literature on post-apocalyptic novels since 1900. That was, as you might suspect, a lot of fun, particularly as we were living through a semi-apocalyptic era. And right now I am teaching at the University of Debrecen in Hungary, it's Eastern Hungary, through a Fulbright grant.
Yeah, that's really awesome, Grant. Yeah, congratulations on the Fulbright. That's great.
Thank you.
Yeah, question number 2. So back years ago, why did you choose to come to OSU?
Yeah, it was not initially on my radar, but I am so grateful that it was placed on my radar. So I won't I'll try not to have this be a long drawn out story, but as I was trying to plan where I would be applying for PhD programs, I picked a number from East Coast schools to the University of Denver, the University of Utah, University of Tennessee, Knoxville, and a bunch in between. I stopped in to see my old thesis director at the University of Akron, just to say hello and catch up. And then I told him that I was planning on applying for PhDs in English. And he said, Grant, I don't know why, but I feel like I really need to tell you that you need to check out Oklahoma State. He had a number of students, Jacob Eitenauer, Chrissy Martin, who some of you might remember. And he had taught both of them through various ways and had kept in touch, heard how much they've been enjoying Oklahoma State. So he said, you really need to check out OSU. I think you'd be a really good fit, and I think you would just do well in the program. And so I said, okay, yeah, sure. I honestly never really heard of OSU. Even with the football program, I'm not really a avid college sports enthusiast, so it was not on my radar at all. But I checked out the program, and quite honestly, really out of just gratitude for everything that Eric Wasserman was my thesis director, for everything that he had done for me. I just said, I trust him. He's never led me astray before as far as my education is concerned. So I applied. And this was one of about 16 schools that I applied to. And I remember February 5th, 2018 was the first letter of acceptance that I received, and it was Oklahoma State's. So then in March, I visited and really loved the campus. I mean, the campus is just gorgeous. And then it was during that time, I actually wound up having quite a lengthy conversation with Dr. Grebgeld.
Mhm.
And we spoke for, I want to say about 90 minutes. And for someone to not know me like, at all, right? She wouldn't know me from Adam. And to just give me 90 minutes of her time and to be so generous and earnestly interested in what my plans were, I just said, I kind of want to be part of a program that's like that.
Mhm.
And so, I kind of signed the letter indicating my intention to accept the offer. And, 5 years later, here I am in Hungary.
That's a great story. Yeah, thank you for sharing that. And 16 applications for grad
Yeah,
school.
yeah.
That's sounds like you spent a lot of time.
And money, a lot of time and
Yeah,
money.
I mean, wow. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I'm so glad it worked out. Yeah. Just hearing you talk about that reminded of my process too. I kind of did the same thing. The
yeah,
applying, the driving in March. I also too was one of the first feedback I got back was from OSU. Yeah. Mhm.
yeah. That's a great feeling.
Yeah, it is.
Mhm.
And I showed up to the campus too, and I was really wowed. The campus is really beautiful. Yeah, you're right. Let's see. Question number 3. What are some of the best things about this program here at OSU? And I'm, talking about just OSU English or OSU creative writing, whatever.
Mhm. Yeah. So, I mean, there's many benefits of the OSU creative writing program, just the amount of workshops that we have, the variety of authors, that you just get to interact with, and their feedback. One thing, though, that I really want to focus on, because it's as creative writers, well, those of us who are creative writers know how laborious and difficult that journey is, and how much tenacity and resolve you must have to just stick it out for that. So I don't really want to talk about the benefits of just the creative writing program. I want to talk about how beneficial um, our assistantships are. It's been, I really took for granted how many types of classes and how many classes we get to teach, and the variety of leadership roles that we can pursue, how unique that is at Oklahoma State University. There are colleges and universities that have far more global name recognition for the humanities, let's say, that give almost no experience teaching in the classroom, conducting a class, building a syllabus, um, really, in essence, being the teacher of record. And Oklahoma State is just superb at this.
Mhm.
Um, just pursue all of the different classes that you can teach, pursue different leadership roles. Sean, much like the one that you are in right now, there's so many different graduate assistant director programs that we have, and all of these really give you the sort of experience that employers, be they at a university, at a school, internationally, are looking for. Even here at Fulbright, I share this just because it was shocking to me that the executive director of Fulbright in Hungary introduced me during the orientation as the most experienced English teaching assistant that Hungary has ever had. Um, and that's because of Oklahoma State, right? That's not anything that Grant Currier has done. It is a gift. It's tiring. It is stressful at times. But I would just encourage all of you to just accept the teaching responsibilities as the vocational preparation that it is. If you can leverage that, it will transform how you feel about the OSU English department. It's superb.
Yeah, yeah, there's yeah. Yeah, I feel like when I came here, they put me in the classroom right away. And there's just like immediately, I didn't have to like do a semester orientation or whatever. I was able to teach, and yeah, they offer a lot of teaching positions. They offer a lot of leadership opportunities. Yeah, it is. I'm really glad that you talked about that. Yeah, and what an honor to go to Hungary and this university, and they announce you like that.
I was blushing. I, you know,
I would
uh,
almost be a little nervous, like, oh no, the pressure's on me now.
yeah.
The two
It's like,
months.
well, it's downhill from here, but yeah.
Oh, that was great. Hey, and I feel like with question number 4 that I'm about to ask, you've kind of already answered it a little bit. But question number 4, do you have any advice for other grad students and future grad students?
Yeah, I do. And it actually is not related to the program itself. Um, Seek out a mentor that is outside of your department. Um, I think that, whether you are a first gen college student or you have college degrees going back generations in the family, I think it's always helpful to have someone who can be an unbiased, like sounding board, someone who can give you challenges that you've never thought of, and that doesn't have the sort of professor student dynamic that is inevitably going to exist when you're in the English department. I am only here in Hungary because a mentor that I was connected with and who so generously invested in me challenged me to apply for a Fulbright. And he was adamant about it. And just said, if you get rejected, go again. Because he said, you often will be rejected 3 times before you are accepted. So keep on applying. And so Lloyd Caldwell, he was a OSU professor in both Spears School of Business and the theater department. He was just monumentally influential in my life. And I am just so grateful for that. So I would say be vocal, be diligent, and seek out someone who wants to mentor graduate students to achieve things that they perhaps had never even considered coming into the OSU English department.
Yeah, that's great advice. Thank you so much. And I'm glad that you were able to find so many great professors as mentors, especially that one. Yeah.
And there's, I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but that is not at all to say that professors in the English department don't also take on those sorts of roles. I had, there wasn't a single professor that I had who didn't invest in me, and who, I guess another way of saying it is you will get out of this program as much as you seek to get out of it.
Yeah.
And so if you seek only from the English department, you will still get a lot out of this program. But compound that, seek in addition to that, right? It's like that old adage, right? Like ask and it'll be given to you, seek and you will find, knock and it'll be opened to you. So seek, ask, and knock on the doors of Oklahoma State University's many buildings.
I like that. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
We have one final question. Question
Yeah.
number 5. What's one fun, unique hobby or interest or memory you'd like to share. And this could be related to OSU and your focus, or just completely random.
So I love food trucks. I absolutely love food trucks. I would much rather go sit on some like uncomfortable bench that has a good food truck parked outside of it. And Stillwater has so many good food trucks now, and I am missing a number of them. I'm thinking outside Stone Cloud, they have rotating food trucks. If you're a fan of Mexican food, I cannot recommend Don Pibbles enough. That's right on 51 and Western, unless they moved, but I hope not. There is another food truck across the street from the Walmart on 177, which I think is also Perkins. Just wonderful. And so I'm looking for some food trucks here in Debrecen, but I'm so new to the city. I've not even been in the city really for about a week. And I've heard of a few, but I haven't seen them just yet. So yeah, just grab some friends, go out, visit a food truck. I know it's still hot in Oklahoma, but as the fall approaches, man, just a nice cold beer and that brick oven pizza from a food truck out by Stone Cloud. You're going to have some great conversations, great memories made. So yeah, that's totally random, but I love food trucks, and I wish everyone would enjoy them even more. They're just a great idea.
Thank you for the food truck addresses. That was great. We've never talked food trucks on the Student Spotlight, so thank you so much.
Great. Yes. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Grant. This was a great interview, and thanks for being on our show. And thank you to our viewers for watching. And yeah, we'll see you next month for another episode of Student Spotlight. Bye, everyone.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome, Grant. Take care.